Run the Numbers. My name is Jason. This video is part of our warm-up series where we're on the go, in motion, walking through the beautiful sunny streets of Los Angeles, California. This video also is part of the 100 videos challenge. That's where we're getting 100 videos out in 100 days, making sure to press publish a whole lot of time so that there's lots of content that helps you on your personal finance journey. So the topic that we'll discuss today, all part of this effort, is a continuation. This is kind of the second video, the middle, the true meat in between the slices of bread of the sandwich, if you will, and that this is intended to be a trilogy. So this being the second is, right in the middle of a discussion about I-bonds. Now, my most recent video was an introduction. Hopefully you can go watch that video. I'll put the link in the description to this video, and you'll watch that video hopefully, or you already have. And what you can gather from there are just some of the basics, how I-bonds are considered a worthy investment from many professionals, kind of what's the different particulars. Walking around this tree, it's a little bit funky here, but that's what we'll do. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to continue this topic. Now that you've had that introduction in the first video, this topic, this video is going to be specifically about purchasing I-bonds, how to get in, kind of what I was thinking when I originally did purchase. This was, from my experience, was back in June of 2022. So I'll kind of set the scene there and then walk you through another part, a crux of this video is really the true experience, the actual raw numbers as to what were some of the rates that I've experienced while holding I-bonds myself. So hopefully that can be enlightening as to see what I went through. I'll go through it hopefully rather quickly, because going forward, who knows where rates will go and all this, but I just want to take you through my journey so you can understand and get something of an example to see, and then at the end, hopefully, if not of this video, maybe of the entire trilogy here of the discussion on I-bonds, you can make a very informed decision for yourself all about I-bonds, whether you want to sit it out, have it let pass on this one, whether you'd want to actually purchase into it, or just simply be entertained by knowing the experience that I went through. Any and all of the above, definitely welcome. All right, so let's jump right into setting the scene of June 2022. That's when, in fact, I purchased I-bonds. Now, I went through something of a hard time using Treasury Direct, setting up the account, needing it to be verified. I thought I could do that a whole lot earlier because I actually wanted to purchase I-bonds a lot earlier than I ended up doing. I wanted to buy it, far earlier into the early spring, if not, right around in the beginning part of 2022, beginning of that year. But not going to harp on any of those details, but just wanted to mention the reason I wanted to get in even earlier and kind of what I was facing was that there was a stellar, just phenomenal return to be had at that time, and that was mostly due to high inflation, and that is of the I-bonds, you're getting two things. You're getting a fixed rate, and you're combining that with an inflation rate, kind of a far more variable rate there. Now, my fixed rate, that was 0%, so kind of wash that out. Not needing to put that in the discussion. But the inflation rate, as inflation was super sky high, that really was what was selling it. So at the time when I got in, and again, this was even the case a couple months prior, so I was really, itching to get in. The annualized rate at that time was a whopping 9.62%. So you'd lock in that for 6 months once you purchase, um, and that would be what it would be annualized. Now 6 months later, it's gonna get reset to a different rate, and I'll go through kind of what those rates were. But yeah, I wanted to get as much as I could, so I bought the full amount that I could, which was $10,000 in a calendar year. Yeah, you could get technical and say there's ways to kind of get even a little bit more. I'm just gonna let you know. I just stuck to about purchasing the 10,000. I even actually purchased 10,000. Well, not I, but the team I have here of my wife purchased 10,000 for herself. So yeah, we definitely went in as much as we could at that time. We were fully aware, and this is something to be aware, part of the whole discussion as to the details about buying into I bonds, purchasing I bonds, that you're going to need to hold I bonds for a mandatory minimum of 12 months, a whole year. So we bought in at a time knowing that, yeah, we were at least for 6 months going to have quite phenomenal returns. It's going to be a little bit of a gamble as to what would happen once rates would get reset. And so 6 months later, what had happened. And so, yeah, let's fast forward as to then what did happen. So once 6 months happened afterwards to purchasing in, it was reset to what was the rate at the inflation rate at that time for these I bonds, which was an annualized 6.48%. So also pretty good. So pretty happy about that. Definitely happy to keep continuing to hold onto I bonds. So happy to go all the way through to the mandatory 12-month. And then as far as going through even beyond that, I continue to hold it 6 months later. So now we're getting ourselves into June 2023. The rate of which I got, this is again an annualized rate. You're only getting it for 6 months, but I'm talking about an annualized. It really went down. It went much farther down than I wanted for this investment. But happy because it was a measure of showing that inflation was coming down, which definitely was definitely needed. So in that regard, yeah, kind of going with the times there, and that is to say, in June 2023, the annualized rate for the I bonds went to 3.38%. So not too fantastic, but yeah, that's part of the journey. That's what it went to. Now 6 months later, beyond that, because that took us all the way through November of 2023. Now go into December 1st of 2023. That's when again the inflation rate for me changed and was reset to 3.94%. So yeah, kind of walking you through, not needing you to go over and look up recent, the table of all these recent rates. So I just kind of walked through it for you. That yeah, starting in December, I was earning 3.94%, an annualized 3.94%, and yeah, got that for December 2023. For this most recent January 2024, the month we're in now, February 2024, and my plan at this point going forward, where we're at now, is that I hope to hold it for March, in that on March 1st I can sell, kind of leading us into maybe the possible third of our videos for I bonds, for the discussion on I bonds. So I won't get too many into details, but I'll mention that yes, you can hold it for just one day of the month and you get the entire interest amount. I won't go too many into the details about how, yes, you're going to incur a 3-month penalty because I'm not holding it for a full 5 years. I'm not holding I bonds for a full 5 years. You get the most recent 3 months of the interest not paid to you, something of a penalty. So that's to say I'm happy to hold it through March 1st, and thereby March isn't granted, February isn't granted, and walking backwards here from this, and also January isn't granted. But I do get everything from of course June 2022 through when I bought it, all the way through the rest of that 2022, all the way through all of 2023, and yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's kind of the journey I went through. That's about purchasing Intuit. I used TreasuryDirect.gov to do it, and so now I'll return back to TreasuryDirect.gov to redeem some I-bonds, and I'll lead you to wanting to know about details there in the last of the videos that I'll put in. Hopefully you're watching these in quick succession, so go watch that one as well if you're into the future. If you're watching this really today, then yeah, wait a day, and you'll see where my discussion about redeeming, about getting out of I-bonds. So so that's the story there. I'll leave you, and gotta run.